Here's everything we changed in Mosky today and why it matters. It started with a simple question. When you type in the Mosky window, is that your own model or Anthropic's? The answer turned into 3 upgrades. First, the answer to your question. Every reply in that chat window is generated locally by Qwen 3.8, a 27 billion parameter model running on llama.cpp on your own graphics card. The harness is Mosky itself, your own Python package. Not Claude Code, not the Anthropic SDK. That's why it feels so fast. But it also means one hard limit shapes everything. A context window of 28,672 tokens. Looking at the 27 tools Mosky had, 3 gaps stood out. 1. Your business tools weren't there at all. You said the point of this interface was to reach the tools you need to run the company, but Mosky had exactly one connection to a web search engine. 2. It could read your email, but it couldn't act on it. Read only is half a tool. 3. There was no way for it to borrow a bigger brain mid-sentence. A 27 billion parameter model is fast, but it falls over on the hard 5%. Fix number 1. Mosky now reaches the EKO Solar CRM and the Permit Assistant. 26 new tools: jobs, clients, quotes, invoices, revenue, Calendly, permit offices, and the county form mappings. There was a real obstacle. The CRM speaks HTTP, and Mosky's tool client only knew how to talk to programs over a pipe. Rather than bolt a proxy on the side, I built a proper HTTP client into Mosky. It works. Mosky told us there are 39 jobs in the system and $29,638 collected. But adding those tools created a problem, and this is the important part. Every tool has a description that gets sent to the model on every single message. With all the new tools switched on, those descriptions came to 12,560 tokens. That's 44% of Mosky's entire memory, spent before you typed a word. The CRM alone was 6,878. More tools would have meant a dumber, more forgetful assistant. So here's what we did instead, and it's exactly how you described it. Mosky does not need to be holding all of his tools before he works. Every tool description now lives in a folder on your desktop as plain files you can open and read. What Mosky carries is a one-line menu: CRM 20 tools, permits 6 tools, web 2 tools. When a job actually needs the CRM, he picks it up, uses it, and the rest stay on the shelf. We watched him do it. He reached for the CRM group, then asked it for the numbers. The result is the part I'd want you to remember. Before today, Mosky carried 27 tools and 4,748 tokens of descriptions. Now he can reach 57 tools, but carries 4,933. Roughly twice the tools, for about the same context. The naive way would have cost 12,500. That's about 7,600 tokens of your conversation handed back. Fix number 2, email. Mosky can now write a full email and stage it in your drafts folder, including proper replies inside an existing thread. What he cannot do is send. That's deliberate, and you should know why. Back in August, 2 customer emails went out because a model read an instruction as permission. So sending is locked behind a gate, and Mosky runs with permissions bypassed on a smaller model. That is exactly the situation the gate exists for. He drafts, you read it in Gmail, you press send. We tested it. The draft was really there. Fix number 3, and this one changes what Mosky is. He now has a tool called Consult. When a question is genuinely beyond him, he hands it to Claude Opus, and the answer comes straight back into your conversation. Not a new terminal window, not a separate session. Inline. It can read files to answer, but it can never change anything, and it rides your subscription rather than metered billing. In the test, it came back in 23 seconds with a better answer than the local model gave on its own. So Mosky stays fast for the 95% and stops guessing on the 5% that matter. None of this is on my word. The full test suite passes 176 tests, including the work from your other session. On top of that, 4 live runs against the real model. It pulled the CRM numbers, it listed permit jurisdictions, It staged a real Gmail draft that we confirmed was actually in your drafts folder, and it consulted Opus and reported back. One genuine bug turned up along the way in the consult tool, and it's fixed. Finally, where to go next? 4 things. 1. The project's feature your other session built has files and instructions, but no tool can search inside a project yet. Wiring that up makes the folders actually pay off. 2. Bring back the task list in the desktop window. You have the screen space now and multi-step work is invisible without it. 3. Calendar and Slack are still missing entirely. And 4. The one I'd not leave sitting. Mosky runs with dangerous command confirmation switched off. A smaller model with an unguarded shell in your home folder is a question of when, not if. Turning that one guard back on costs you nothing day to day.